gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, 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 everyone. Here we are, the 17th of December. Happy Sunday to everyone. Thank you for coming here. As you see, Chris has got his winter hat on from Engineer Mike. I got one too. And he's got an extra large shirt on that actually fits. So he's shrinking. Yeah, he's shrinking. Anyway, a couple things we wanted to bring up. The issues going on from the growth of the company are being worked on double time, triple time, okay? More than you could imagine. And remember, anything that we look at, we think, oh my God, it's really bad. It's a piece of cake for them. There's many things going on. They are tackling hundreds of hurdles at a time. This is what happens when you try something good and big. And many forces are against us, probably more than we thought would be. Corruption, you think there's one head to the snake, and it happens to be a hydra with about 8 heads. So, but they're okay. You saw Mr. Kamal and Ash, big smile on their faces. Yeah, they go over some hurdles, but it makes you stronger, okay? Because when we look back, when we're done and we make it, we're into the where we want to be in the ecosystem, and we're closed in. We have another data center. We'll look back at this and be fond of memories, really, really, because that's what built Onpassive. The harder it was to build it, the greater it will be. A couple things I wanted to bring up. You know, I was on, this is personal, and it might be something you want to check into. I was the last 4 days, up until last night, actually, or afternoon, I would be like on here, Restream, and I'd be loading something and it would be real slow and then it would stop. Like, what? I never had that before. So I write Restream and they say, well, might be your firewall. You know, maybe you're trying to add too many things to your videos or whatever. That doesn't make sense. You know, I'm doing no more than I always do. But anyway, so I tried all that. It didn't make a difference. And then I'm in the other room, in the bedroom where our TV for the bedroom is. And every once in a while, it would absolutely start looping, like we get sometimes on Zoom and OConnect. And then, yeah, they know it as looping. I can't use buffering. Dawn said buffering, same thing. So we were doing that, and all of a sudden, Dawn goes behind the tree where the router's plugged in, and it's barely plugged in. So it was connected, but not really good. And you would think, oh, that shouldn't matter. The router has a colored light on it, and it was yellow. And usually it's white. She ziggled it around and pushed it in further, and it went white. And I haven't had a problem since. So that might be one more thing everybody can look at on their routers, that it might not only be the distance between your router and what's going on, it could be something that small. You know, sometimes we have a problem and we want to climb over Mount Everest when in fact it's just a little anthill next to you. It's nothing big. I was making it bigger. That's me. Oh, we must be in a valley. It must be, the moon's not lining up right. No, it's because you didn't have it plugged in. I have an old home, 70 years old, 80 years old, and some of the outlets on the wall, you know, the little two grooves you stick your plug in, they're so wore out. You'd have to stick a filing cabinet in there you could fit. So we're getting all those replaced, but in the meantime, it just slips out. It kind of was hanging down. So look into that. Anyway, it's just something I wanted to. Anytime we come up with a new thing, or something I see, or I want to make sure everybody can check that out for themselves. But also, we've been doing shine the light on others. We've done 4 or 5 or 6. Right after this, we're going to record one with Julie Pierre, and got her thumbnail. And what the purpose of that is, Lions destroyed the Broncos. That's from Dan too. For Dan,
I know.
That takes a lot. But the point is, it's about, listen, in Onpassive, not in the world, but in Onpassive, a lot of people know me. A lot of people know Chris. But there's a lot of people out there that made a big impact in their way in Onpassive, right? You always see me. You always know about Mike's videos. You knew about Mike's video before I ever did a lot. Big impact. But you didn't know all the power that Dan was doing. He did all the writing for everything we did. He does all the write-ups. He helps write up all the updates and all that. And everybody has a special thing. But Dan doesn't want to be what I'm doing. Some people don't. I get it. We talked to Eric the other day, and Eric came and said, look, I'm really happy working with people. I love the idea, but I'm not that guy. I don't even want to be that guy, and that's fine. But we want to shine the light on people at where they're at. People just think, oh, he's doing that. He's good. No, no, no. Everybody has a spot, and Onpassive, like we always said, is the platform for you to max out whatever it is you want. Not whatever it is I want. It's about you. It's about other people. So when we bring people on here, they're going to have their QR code. They have their name. They tell a little bit about themselves. It's very simple. How did you find out about Onpassive? The stories are pretty similar but different. You got in. Once you found out, this is a journey. This isn't a light switch. Why did you stay up? What was it to make you stay here? And last of all, what are you looking to get out of it? And I'll tell you the funny thing. What people are looking to get out of it, this is in general, is totally different from when they got in with an idea and where they are now. Yeah, people want to get stuff for themselves, but it got so much bigger. Why? The company I joined in 2019, or the company that I joined that never launched, is not even the same company. It never launched. That company I joined never came to life. Thank God. We have migrated because Ash got that knock on the door. Take another step. Take another step, brother. Take another step. Take another step. You can go. And he finally went, wow, the plan I wanted to make for 10-year plan, let's do it now. And the ones that had the faith, believed in Onpassive, wanted bigger and better than just a 6 or 1 year business, something they could hand on to their family, their friends, their grandchildren. And I said, let's go all the way. Let's build this. And even if you ask him, and he said it, I knew we could do well, but even he was overwhelmed of what happened with the culture of Onpassive, which was created by him. A lot of us pushed the issue because it wasn't that hard I could speak for myself to push the issue and the culture of Onpassive because I believe in that. People said even the other day, I don't know how you and Chris always think of something to say. When you love something, I don't need to keep reading off of something. It's just comes natural. I'm bragging about something because I know it's going to impact people big time, more than even I could imagine. And I got a crazy imagination. So that's the cool part of it. Um, but like I said, little things, check out some small things and don't look for Mount Everest. It may not be. In my case, many times it's not. I always make things more difficult than they are. So I'm going to turn over to Chris. And remember, we're going to start recording some people to come on and shining the light on them because I think it's important. I have met a lot of diamonds out there, diamonds in the rough, and I mean acres of diamonds. Some that maybe never would get a little bit of, and we want people to meet the 𝐂𝐻𝐈𝐊𝐄, the Dr. Lisa Lee, and what they care about, what makes them what makes them tick, because there's other people that will relate to them. Somebody might come in, see me, and say, Marty's okay, but it's just not somebody I could really relate to. That's great. That's what made the world go round. But they could also come and say, I'm kind of a numbers person. I've always said, oh, Dr. Lisa Lee, she does, see what I mean? So, boating, Chris, he's going to do this camping thing. I guarantee that's going to change. That's going to put all kinds of ideas in his head as he goes around the United States, meeting founders, meeting new people, meeting people that aren't founders yet, probably signing people into Onpassive because Chris would talk to a lamppost if you let him, right? So he's not worried about approaching people. He's not. And he's got that thing about him where people will come and say, I got to know what this freaking guy's doing, right? So, no, that's a plus. So I'm going to turn it over to Chris. We probably won't be real long today. It is Sunday, and I know it's the holidays. People are doing things with family. They're chatting with Santa Claus, if you know what I'm talking about. So here's Chris.
Thank you, Marty. And Julie Pierre, you're on deck for an interview today, so be ready. I know she's texting me. Hi, Julie Pierre. She keeps texting me. I'm watching you. Couple things right off the rip. I want to say some prayers. For number one, you see John Barilla. He had surgery. Give him some prayers. One big prayer right now is for Pat Parent. I'm not really sure what's going on with Pat, but I know we need some prayers for her when someone says urgent prayers. So say a big prayer for Pat and John and Harold and everyone else I've tried to remember all week because we love every one of you and I believe in prayer. This is a real big one. This is a real big one for me. Caroline Mackey is her birthday today. Mackey, I don't know how you spell it, but happy birthday to you. She is our competition, let's say, in our trivia game today. I think it's her 21st birthday. God bless you, Caroline, and keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully, you're not going out and partying and having fun tonight, and we'll see you on the old trivia later. What was some of the stuff I wanted to talk about? A lot of people are texting me still about certain issues they had. Marty touched on that. Anything that you think you have an issue with, they are working on it. There's a lot of things that was thrown onto their plate this week, and I'm going to say that again. I have a lot of Bangladesh that are texting me about what went on, and this is Kamal's exact words is, tell him not to worry about it, Chris. We got this. We got this. So you don't have to send me or you don't have to worry. All the stuff that you are hearing or seeing, ignore it. Let them do the work for you because that's what they're really about. Well, trying to think about when Marty said, I want to give you an example. Yesterday morning and toward the evening, my internet was absolutely horrible. And I was on Connect and things were, and I noticed, I checked my phone. It says to my cable company, we aren't working in the area. Your Wi-Fi could be intermittent or your cable could be on and off. I'm thinking, oh, that's what it is. A lot of people want to jump to conclusions and blame. Hold on. Getting way too hot, Mike. Thank you very much, Michael, for this lovely shirt and hat, but the hat was too hot for me. Sometimes people want to jump to conclusions right off the rip before they even know what's going on. Like yesterday, I was saying, Marty, my goodness, everything's looping on me here for everything I do. And it turned out that they were working on the internet in my area and it made it absolutely horrible. Today, it's perfecto. So I'm loving that. So sometimes people want to jump to conclusions. Now, regardless of what me and Marty say, uh, uh, and we try to be as positive as we can, someone is going to show us on here saying something different or doing something different. Don't be fooled by that. There's 100 clips where people take what me and Marty say and they completely turn around to try to make us look down. Ignore those. Ignore those. You don't have to send them to me. I know all about them, and that's okay. I look at that as free advertisement because when the truth really comes out about what Onpassive is really doing for individuals, those other people, yeah, just don't pay attention to them. Trust me on that. Um, Ash Mafara has been working his tail end off, and I say this because I know if I send him a message and if he doesn't send me a message back, I know what he's doing, and that's okay for me. But everything you guys send me that might worry you, which should be nothing, he's working on. Okay. He always tells me, Chris, we got it. Tell him it's okay. We're working on it. One issue for you, he might have 100 issues that he's dealing with. And those issues are dealing with lawyers, governments, corporate, you name it, he's doing it. But know this right now, as we're having a little fun on this live here, Ash is working. I know his sleep pattern, it's not a little bit of nap here, a little bit of nap there, and he goes back at it. And that's thank you, Raymond. And that's a lot of pressure on anyone's head. But he said it the other day, which I loved. He goes, "I love challenges," and boy, they're throwing some challenges at him. And as far as I see and what I know, Ash accepts these challenges and he wins every time. Maybe not as fast as you want, but he's not going to tell us either. I mean, honestly, Marty had put in some suggestions the other day about what was going on. And what does he do? He comes on, him and Muhammad, and he wants to calm people down. And what did he say? We know all about it. We got this. You got to understand, guys, and I'm going to say this clearly, most of you know. Anyone new? Onpassive is a legal company, a legit company, a company that's not going to steal your information or steal anything from you. We get portrayed in a lot of other channels as a different company, but that's not us. We are legal in a lot of countries, actually, every country. We have founders in every country. And I want to let you know that this is gone by Ash Mafar, his legal team, to make sure everything was perfect. You have to understand, he wants to abide by every country's rules and laws. Why? Because he doesn't want people like Facebook. Oh my God, Facebook. I don't know why I said the word. Have done so much corrupt things, and they still do. I'll give you an example. How many of you know that on that other channel they have marketers? They're selling stuff that you give money to. You don't get nothing, but they take your money. That's not ever going to happen in the passive. I see it all the time, and I don't even know why the other channel's allowed to do that, but they get away with it. That's called corruption. That's called stealing. Ash Mafar knows all about this kind of stuff, and that's what this is what he's trying to stop. So when people say, oh, you're not even a real company, let me tell you something. We've got paperwork, we've got offices, we've got people, we've got engineers, lawyers, psychiatrists probably too somewhere. We are completely legal and legit. And I don't know why I got to keep explaining that, but I'm trying to explain it to new people because when you go on Google Schmoogle, if you go on, it says me and Marty are 96 pounds and we're built like tanks and we're sexy. Like Marty always says, and I kind of like this one, is Google it's not a truthful information. It's just information. You can pull up just about anything, and it'll show something either bad or good. Who knows? But we tell you the truth. A lot of you go to other channels for some reason that you know are already negative. Myself, Marty, Red, Michael, Charles, Julie, Robin, Peter, Dan, Mike Ellis. All right, we're all telling you the truth. We're trying to keep you on the same page. And hear my big mouth again. And don't matter my beady eyes because look at, just to let everyone know, I'm not drunk, I'm not high. I have issues. It's okay. I deal with it. You accept it. It's easy. But Ash Mafara worked his tail end off, we'll say, because I don't want to be too swearing. Like, that's Marty's lane. He worked his tail hiney off. That's a good word, eh, Marty? To make sure that everything was legal and legit. The rules that he broken were to fix the corruption. Like, no, that shouldn't be allowed. That's what I love about him. Every single day, someone throws another lidded torch at him, and he grabs it and he goes, pff, he puts it out because he already knows the truth. The truth is we are legal and legit in just about every single country, legal-wise. So if anyone questions you on that, just tell them. We're everywhere. You're not going to stop us. We are legit. That is why we're growing like we're growing. So anyone that's new that's listening to this, get with any of these founders that are in the comments, chats, or whatever you want to call it. Ask them about the 3 free products, because we definitely want you in this. Why? Because we want to change your life. That's it. That's it, period. There's no other reason, but I want to better your life. Marty wants to better your life. Ash Mafara definitely wants to better your lives. And when we say it's happening, it's already changing people's lives. It's already changing the world. And pretty soon there's going to be stuff going on. I think myself, personal opinion, this week's going to be an exciting week. A week before Christmas, a lot of things going on. So once again, pay attention to your back office. Pay attention to the update section in OES. Don't even look at the old founders pop-up because we don't even use that anymore. But pay attention to the OES update section. It'll let you know when Ash Mafara makes a move and he wants to put it in there. That's the place to go. And I promise you, myself and Marty read, and a lot of the loudspeakers, I call us, if something's going on, we're going to let you know. We'll jump on a live. Now, actually, Ash sometimes just says, oh, let's just do it. I don't want to bother Marty and Chris. And he just puts it in there. He can bother us anytime he wants, but we'll let you know what's happening. Don't question it. Don't make posts. Don't put posts in the chat. Hey, I heard about this. Listen, you didn't hear about nothing if it didn't come out of the back office of one of our mouths. So I love every one of you. God bless. Pat Parent, John, Harold, we're all praying for you guys. Keep reaching out those prayers. Happy birthday, Caroline. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have such a great party tonight that you don't show up in trivia and we just might win. So, Marty DeGarmo, I think I got everything back to you.
Fantastic. I want to go over a couple things too. Happy birthday, Caroline. You don't need to wear the lipstick tonight. Take it easy. Anyway, what I wanted to say, a couple things, I wanted to emphasize. We had gone to the Hmong webinar the other day, and also we went to a webinar with William from Africa with the 400 little kids. He couldn't get on, but I do want to say, because I want to point things out when somebody does unbelievable job. Ilnet ran it perfectly.
She did.
She did it perfectly, and she is a diamond in the rough, without a doubt. It's hard. Listen, handling a webinar that doesn't quite go exactly like you want and being able to make it look like it did go exactly like you want, it's rough. I've done it. It's not easy. She did an excellent job.
I did share that. I put recorded seeds. It's in the webinar section. It's on Ilnet's YouTube channel. Not only go watch it and watch what a great job she did because you can learn something. Also, click on her YouTube and join her because let me tell you something. Sometimes you just don't notice people. She got my attention. The other day. So very good.
Got my attention. She did very well. The other thing with the Hmong, it's a large group, very organized. Let's put it this way: they're one of the groups I hear the least from. Because usually if I hear something, it's not always good news. So very good, very positive. I think Sukar's one of the best translators in the whole company because he's like going, and then me and Chris get on there and I forget he has to translate. But he did very well. Really nice people. I was so happy I went there. And I want to shout out to everyone, Papua New Guinea, we love you, man.
Yep.
Don't worry. I said, look, a lot of stuff's been going on. We planted a seed there. Things grew, but the company grew and bigger and moving around. But my feelings towards Papua New Guinea, David, Veronica, all of you, Nancy, it has not changed.
We love
We
you.
love you all. Dan,
We love you.
yeah, we love you. It's just let's get things smoothed over. I know there's some issues, little issues here and there. If it can be done, it will be done by Onpassive. It's that simple. If it's possible, it will be done. And if it's impossible, it'll still be done. That's who Ash is. The more difficult, the more he goes after it. That's how you build a company that's never been done before. If it was easy, I don't think Ash would do it. Because if it was easy, it means it's already been done. So he's doing something that's never been done. We're all going to be good. We're all going to be fine. Now, another thing I want to point out that I want people to think of. The last founder that ever came in Onpassive was somewhere June of 2022. So we're talking a minimum a year and a half. Okay. I don't think, and this goes for you, if you have the funds and you could pay and get 𝐂𝐻𝐿𝐿 to buy a product, I shouldn't have to tell you that you should do that. But my opinion is, if you've done this journey minimum a year and a half, and you really know and you see what's going on, you should have people trying to stop you from paying more than trying to talk you into it. If I have to talk you into it, maybe it's not for you. I've been in companies where people go around and you got to get in, you got to do this, that's not Onpassive. You will not hear me talking anybody into anything. And Daniel Sanny, I'm sorry if I forgot you. Daniel's one of the big keeping people together in that company. I met him 2 or 3 years ago. You're an outstanding human being, Daniel. Outstanding. Love all of you. All of you people in Papua New Guinea. I know we haven't been there as much. We're going to come back around. The next time, remember, very soon we're going to be celebrating instead of just building all the time. So we're going to do fine. But really, what we got to do is, if you find yourself talking somebody into something, whether it's buy a product, do this, just stop. If people don't want to do it, don't talk them into it. This is my opinion. I don't speak for the company, but I've been in that world. I've been in MLM where, oh, you got to get it. You got to do this. Yes. To get the ball rolling, you have to pay to play. You have to own it to sell it. We all know that, though. Well, I'm going to wait and see. See, that's not me. I'm not waiting and see nothing. Because while you wait and see on this magic carpet ride, you're going to wait and lose. Yes, you could do it 5 months from now. You could do it 6 months from now. But why? Why? If you can, I mean, I realize, and this is what bothers me the most about probably top 3 of Onpassive, is some people invited people into Onpassive with the mentality of, you're going to get rich quick. I never did. I never would. And it's wrong. Because if I went to somebody and they said milk, bread, or pay to get into Onpassive, I would say get your milk and bread. Because God will make it a way for you to get in. But when you do that and say, look, you pay now, the first month we get going, you're going to make $1 billion. It's a lie. It's a lie. And it's not fair to the person you took advantage of. And in the long run, you're going to be hurt over it because they're going to come back to whoever did that, say, you told me, and I feel good to my core. I never did that. Do I think it's the best thing that ever happened? Yeah. Do I encourage people to do things? You freaking right I do. Don't I talk you into it? No. You don't want to do it? Don't. I had somebody say to me, I don't know if I'm going to pay. Don't. If I felt like you, I wouldn't do it. And it got quiet because they're used to somebody. Why isn't he trying to talk me into it? Why would I try to talk you into good? It doesn't make sense. If you can't see it, you don't feel it, and you don't believe, don't do it. Don't make the naysayers 100% right. 100% is you don't have to do anything. You came in here, you had a vision, you saw what it was, you took the journey, some a year and a half, some 5 years. You get it, you get it, you don't, you don't. Don't worry about it. That's life. It's been going on that way. You can't talk people into something. And when you do, or you fool them into doing something, you got to pay the piper sooner or later. Sooner or later, that check's coming due. And nobody should sign a check that their ass can't cash. Nobody should do that. Don't make promises to people. That's evil. If anything, it's evil. Do I think everybody in Onpassive they're in will win? Absolutely. Do I think it's unlimited? Absolutely. Can I tell you what day and hour you're going to make X amount of money? No. And if I tried to tell you that, this idiot in New Jersey is a liar. So anybody that did tell you that, it was not true. And what I think happened is some people did it, and that carried on to different people. That's why it's so important what you say is the truth. Because who you're talking to is going to relay the same message you just said, but they're going to put a little twist on it. So be very clear what you say. You know, if you get in, you're going to make $10,000 in 1 month, 2 months. That is a lie. Nobody knows that. You know what hurt the industry with Bitcoin? They came out and they said, we guarantee, companies did this, guarantee you're going to make 2% a month. I don't care if Mr. Bitcoin himself said it. He's lying. Nobody can promise that kind of return. No one on the planet. It's impossible. So when people do it to poor, desperate people, they're desperate. They're not even thinking clearly. And you take advantage of that, what goes around comes around. And it's sad because the people in the world that get beat up the most are the ones that are already beat up to begin with. And I can't stand it. But there's a lot of you in all these countries where you stand up on the hill in your country and you are that sheepdog looking down, worried about the people you're taking care of. And you're looking for those wolves when they come in and grab one of them. And there's a lot of wolves on this planet. Don't be one in Onpassive. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the company. And I don't like it. I don't want you I don't want you jeopardizing my business for my family. I'm not worried about me, though, because I know how to fight back, but I don't want to. But taking advantage of somebody that maybe barely has internet, there might be a farmer. They work like a mule for nothing, and you're going to take advantage of them. The wrath will fall upon you. I'm telling you, you can't keep doing. How do you think you're going to get away with something in a high-tech company? Is it that kind of, it's kind of dumb. Hey, I'm going to get away with this. Nobody will know. Really? I could see if it was like Burger World and you're flipping hamburgers. You're in a high-tech company. They almost know what you're going to do before you do it. Why would you take advantage? Anyway, love one another, encourage people, inspire them, but let them make the decision. Don't promise something to get a number. What does it matter if you have 1,000 people and you lied to all 1,000 of them? Long term, they won't be here. So it's just a number. Sounds like MLM to me. Why do it? The company's telling the truth. You tell the truth. And that will bring in people and you'll build a culture. Culture is the power. The power of this company is the culture of Onpassive. It's not the products, although they'll be the best. And don't judge everything from today. Everything today, 1 second later, is called history. I said it. Let go of what happened. Look ahead. Let go of yesterday. If you got something today and you don't like it, it's temporary. Onpassive's goal is to be prime USDA choice. So anyway, didn't mean to take this on, but I was thinking about watching people and what they're saying, and I still have people call me and you know, I got a guy and I got a woman and I got this and they don't want to do this. Leave them alone. Thank you very much. I don't want to pay. Don't. I'm not paying until, okay. I should be able to, you can. It's a free world. Don't do it. Never do it. Have the best of life. I hope things work out for you. That's all. We're going to all do fine. And trust me, if you don't push, you get a lot more. Get a lot more by not pushing. Tell the truth. Anyway, that's all I got. We got to get another link set up. We're going to invite Mrs. Julie Pierre on here. And
remember about our accent. We got to get ready for that accent.
we got to get ready for that accent. Hey,
I got
do me a favor. If you ever talk to Julie Pierre, just tell her to say this sentence. You ready?
She's
I
gonna
live
kill
in
you.
Mississippi, and every once in a while I see on the buildings there's graffiti.
She's quite the caricature.
Yeah, and tell her that the best character you've ever seen in that movie Graffiti was who? Something like that. Anyway, I'll see you all. Thank you, over 400 people. That's nice. If you want to go to any webinar, go to the back office. There's only 300 of them. So pick one.
What you got? Heroes webinar today? It's Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I do recommend that one. And the reason I do is because they do Q&A and they try their best to tell the truth. So if you have questions, that's where you should go. My opinion. I could be biased. In fact, I think I am. But I like when they try their best to tell the truth. So look up Heroes. It's at 2:00. No doubt one of the best. I'm not saying they're the best, but I know they're today and I know they're 2:00. Anyway, we'll see you all. I got to get ready.
Thanks, Engineer Mike. Thank you. I love the hat and shirt.
I love my hat. My shirt doesn't fit yet, but that gives me a goal. I walk in the room and I see it every day and it says, "Hey, fat man, when you gonna put me on?"
Marty, let's not lie. We are looking sexy. I don't care what they say. We are looking confidence, guys. It's all about confidence. Two sexy guys that love you, and we want to bring you along on the sexy ride.
Hey, and there's one thing I have.
Dimples. Yeah, I don't have dimples. I just got big jowls.
Yeah. You got them. I saw them the other night. Anyway, we'll see you all and have a great day.
All right, Julie.